Hey, what's going on, guys? So I have to make this video because I don't know, maybe it's a trigger thing for me, but this new Disney remake of The Little Mermaid, it's just been the last 2 years of coming out of COVID and all of this anti-white, subconscious bias, racial divide and tension and everything. It's just really bothers me. And this is just my opinion, so I thought I'd throw it out there for the world to pick apart and enjoy calling me a racist bigot and everything else. But I think there's still something here that needs to be talked about, and that's obviously Disney has been taking a real strong stance on a lot of hot button topics, and it's been really controversial. And as a parent, I've been borderline and a fan, borderline thinking about canceling my membership and subscription. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about taking the Little Mermaid princess and remaking the movie and basically sending the message that the white Little Mermaid, no, that wasn't right. She shouldn't have been white. It was wrong to be white, and it just totally fits this narrative of this cancel culture, white hating uh, indoctrination, and it makes me nauseous to think, really on multiple levels, that women feel like they needed to be have this image like Barbie, or that they have these little girls have these images of themselves where they're raised as princesses. And yeah, I do that to my daughter too, but I'm also just a normal parent, and I don't raise her that the world's gonna literally hand feed her bullshit and glorious uh, have her way all the time. But the main point is what I see here is not an underrepresentation of black people or people of color or uh, other ethnic diversity. This whole diversity and inclusion thing has been really bullshit from the beginning. If you put a bunch of people that are diverse in the same room that don't think alike, it's going to be very difficult for them to get shit done. So my whole thing is I like to get shit done. So I prefer to be around other people like myself. And it really has nothing to do with what color of my skin. It has to do with, are other people about getting shit done. I don't give a shit what color they are. But this this really is offensive. The whole cancel culture, the whole anti-white thing. Um, you know, I'm not white. I have a hard drive that's white. Okay, is that what I am? No, I don't think so. But you don't hear me, bitching and whining and complaining about it. But and I have to say, you know, I agree that there's been an unfair uh, amount of diversity and in the casting of a lot of films, and they reuse a lot of the same characters. Some people just have, a better. Some people are better at acting. Some people are better at looking a certain way. Some people just have a certain image, and when directors cast and producers cast fucking roles, it's really up to them as the creative individual to put whoever they want in there. So Disney has been around for a long time, and so you know they could have made. Uh, we have several different princesses, and so obviously I don't give a shit, except that they're sending this message and this narrative that you're not okay if you're white. The Little Mermaid that was white, just wasn't okay the way she was, and if we're not on board with allowing everyone to just cancel that whiteness, then we can never really, own our white privilege and all this bullshit. It's just so much bullshit. I'm so sick of it. So I'm not saying that I have an issue with the Little Mermaid being black. I mean, who cares? You know what I'm saying? I think that it's unoriginal, and I think that it sucks when all these movie companies the remake movies, they always seem to suck. Like all the Batman, all the Spider-Man. And I grew up reading comics, drawing comics. I am one of those guys that's a Trekkie, and I kind of stopped at Deep Space Nine because that sucked. But point being, you know, I've watched all of this stuff for the longest time. I grew up around it. I was raised watching Disney, but seeing all the indoctrination and the bullshit going on a much different level, trying to push this narrative into the minds of our children really does bother me. And even as an adult, it cost me my career working at a telecommunications company because I just wasn't going to put up with this bull crap of, you're automatically bad if you're white, and it's everybody's, a victim of society's whiteness, and it's just really makes me want to puke and then drink my puke and then puke it back out again. It's so disgusting, and it for me as a parent, it's just pathetic. It's disgusting. It's an outrage. It's shameful that we're teaching our children that this type of race canceling, culture canceling bullshit, history canceling bullshit is acceptable. It's just appalling. So back to this. So there is an underrepresentation of diversity in Hollywood, but what was wrong with the Little Mermaid of being white? Nothing. What's wrong with me being white? What's wrong with white people or brown people or black people or yellow people or albino people? Is there anything wrong with just being okay with who you are? Like, I grew up the redheaded, pale, freckled, redheaded stepchild. The least likely to be popular. And I didn't really give a fuck. I mean, I still made friends, life still went on, and it was no big fucking deal. I didn't have a fucking pity party about it growing up, and I certainly didn't have a pity party about it now that I'm an adult. That's just such a dumb, unproductive thing to do. And so, when as a professional, uh, I have this far left group that's really an extreme minority trying to, suppress freedom of speech and cancel whiteness and say that white people are bad and misogynist and this patriarchal system that's designed to, hold women back and blah, 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 blah. It's just so dumb. And so this thing just really shows how, Disney has gone all in on the indoctrination of our children, and it's probably, there's deeper subliminal stuff going on here, and I know it sounds like bullshit, but what's wrong with just making a new black princess? Why couldn't Ariel have a friend in the sea and she was black, and they created a new one and that was the new thing? And what's the connection to canceling the white Ariel, the white Little Mermaid? It's like they're just distinctly and specifically saying, and some people have made comments on Facebook because I made a Facebook post about it. I mean, this is just unreal, unbelievable from where I'm coming from, because it did cost me my job. And as a white person going through all this anti-white supremacy, I'll call it, it's outrageous. It really is. And I'm sure that there's, it's probably a good movie. Well, I don't know that. It's like trying to redo the fucking Chip Ahoy or something. It's like you off-brand that shit or you change it and try to call it to something else. It's everybody knows there's only one Reese's peanut butter cup. There's only one Chip Ahoy. There's only one Oreo. There's only one fucking Little Mermaid, and that's the one we all grew up on. So I have no problem with creating a new Little Mermaid or other Little Mermaids or other princesses that are of color or not of color. And I don't think anybody really gives a shit unless you actually make a point to fucking be a snowflake about it. Let artistic people create what they're going to create without criticism. Let artists do what they do best. Let kids do what they do best. Leave things alone. Enjoy life. We're in the best time that we've ever lived in the history of humans. And we have to send the message to little kids and others in our community that being white is bad. And if you were ever white in the past, there's still hope to cancel you and to redeem yourself and to expel your whiteness and your white privilege. And if you want to vomit now, go ahead. If you want to wait till the end of this video, feel free to do so. Let me know what you guys think. I've heard a wide variety. I want to make it clear that I'm not trying to downplay the significance of trying to have, a diverse casting of characters that young generation can relate to and connect with. Obviously, I think that's great. I just don't think that it's a good idea when you're doing it in front of people who grew up knowing the white Little Mermaid as just the Little Mermaid. We didn't think of her as being white until you actually said, no, white Little Mermaid's not okay. Here's the okay version. She's black. Hit that like and subscribe button for me if you like videos like these. If you don't, go fuck yourself and have a great day. I'm on to the next one.